All right, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? You have Civi here, coming at you live from beautiful Boracay in the Philippines. And I'm here with my man, the MLM superhero, a mentor to many, Mr. Daren Little. Daren, it's a pleasure to see you here.
Great to
Welcome
see
to
you.
the island of Boracay, man. It's awesome to
It's
have you
so
here.
beautiful here, guys. It's just it's like paradise, literally like paradise. And if you've never been here, it's definitely worth making the trip to check it out.
Yeah, I completely agree. We came here on a holiday 7 years ago and never left, so I can understand that. Okay, so first of all, I mean, you and you guys have been business partners for a while. You've impacted thousands of lives. You've helped tons of people step into their personal power, become the people they're destined to be. And you have a lot of people that, thank you for life-changing, altering experiences, right? So before we even get into the interview, I just want to know personally, how does that feel when you go around the world or when you're online talking to people and you've impacted them in the way you have, how you have for me, for example? How does it feel?
Well, here's the interesting thing about that is that our true industry is about transforming people's lives. And if you're in our industry because all you want to do is make money, then you're probably in the wrong industry, truth be known. You really have to take the focus off of you and you have to put it on the impact that you can have in other people's lives. And the more people that you impact, the bigger pay raise that you get. So it's really a different type of vision, because it's not about you. It's actually about the amount of lives that you can transform. So as far as how it actually feels, it's quite frankly life-changing, and it's addicting to be able to see the impact that you can have on other people and watch their life transform. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. Addicting is the nice word to hear. It's a great thing to be addicted to, right? It's a great addiction to have, right?
Yeah.
Helping people transform their lives. That's amazing. Well, I can tell you guys honestly from the bottom of my heart, you've transformed my life. I tell you guys this all the time, and I'm telling you again now, truly. And as far as online goes, when I started online, I was struggling, I was lost, I was confused. When I stepped into Millionaire Mentoring and got a hold of Black Ops and got a hold of the strategies you guys are teaching us, right? I got into the money right away, within 24 hours. And it's not all about the money, but let's be real. We all need money to survive. We're all here to make money, right? Come on. So I made $1,000 in the first 24 hours using your strategies, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what that did for me was not only put some money in my pocket, but it gave me a new belief of what's possible and what I'm capable of. Because that was something miraculous in my mind, $1,000 in a day. So you must hear this all the time. It's life-changing when people realize they can actually do that and have the power to do it, right?
More so than anything, it's really about changing your belief system. It's really about stretching moving into possibility thinking. And a lot of people, because they come from an hourly mentality or a salary mentality, that when they first try to wrap their brain around making $1,000 in a single day or more, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. We've had people make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in a single day. You really have to not only stretch your mind of what's possible, but you have to also do the personal development to work on your own self-worth, because your net worth will never exceed your self-worth. So it's really a personal development journey to be able to expand the mind as to what's really even possible.
Yeah, and okay, well, let's just change gears there for a second, because you're speaking about something close to my heart and close to yours as well, personal development.
Absolutely.
Right? Personal development. I've been on the personal development journey maybe 5 or so years, but I have not been anywhere near the level I'm at now since getting in Millionaire Mentoring. And I can say from the inner circle that I work with, the guys that are in with me, we're also saying the same thing to each other about you guys, right? About this whole experience and opening up the world of quantum physics and the law of attraction and showing us different resources and books and videos to follow. So with that being said, maybe you could just talk a little bit about how you got on the personal development journey, how that looked from your frame, and how it impacted your life.
Sure. It's kind of an interesting story, guys, because back in the time when I was growing up, right, I had really strict parents, right? really strict parents, and my dad I don't know if he felt jealous because things came to me really easy. You know, I got straight A's in school, and you know, sports were really easy for me. And I don't know if he felt threatened by that, but you know, it was kind of a situation where the dynamic between me and my father was not good growing up, and I kind of got to this point in my life where I felt like, you know what, there's got to be more to life than this, like this battle, right? There's got to be more. And I was tuning into late night TV this one time, and along comes Tony Robbins, and I was listening to these testimonials from the students that had gone from Tony Robbins' 30-day unlimited power, and they were so compelling. I kept on watching this infomercial over and over and over and over, and finally just decided, you know what, like, I'm buying this program. And so I bought the program, and that was sort of my first evolution into personal development, into possibility thinking. But I wanted to go deeper than that. And you know, there's a saying in the personal development path: ask and you shall receive. And I went to the forest, and I was just like, you know, it was just me and the trees, and I was like, I'm ready for my breakthrough, right? And I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to go to the next level. And lo and behold, along comes Dr. Lee Poulos. And he was really the person that taught me about the subconscious mind and our core beliefs about money, and really how to start finding out what's holding you back. It's actually in your past that's holding you back. So I worked with him for 3 years as vice president, and I got to the same point. You know, it was like Tony Robbins took me to a certain point, and then Dr. Poulos took me to a certain point, and then I made another trip back out to the forest. I'm ready for my breakthrough! Right? And along came Dr. Daren, and that really opened up the gateway into quantum physics, manifestation, and really taking ownership that we as human beings create our own reality. And when life's not going good, guys, I can tell you that that's a tough pill to swallow when things are not going your way, to realize that you're actually responsible for it. And it's a shift in mindset, because you have to move out of being the victim. You have to take charge and take responsibility and look at things differently. Like, you know, when times are not going right, you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. If there was something good that was coming out of this, what would it be? What would it be? You know, what if the situation is actually in my higher good? And when you start to shift the way that you look at all the situations, it will take you out of the victim state and into your personal power, where you're in control of your own destiny. You know, and it was really Dr. Daren that really opened up that gateway for me.
Amazing. Okay, so fear and personal, maybe, you know, disbelief in your abilities, right? A lot of people think that they can't do it. They think other people have some sort of superpower that maybe they were born with, or it's in their DNA and they can do it, but I can't do it. One thing that I've learned being in Millionaire Mentoring with you and Ari is that anybody can do this. Right? It really comes down to your mindset, right? Do you have a vision and a goal that is bigger than your excuses? Are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to work on yourself? And are you willing to give that, what you learn, and pass that value back to the community and back to the market space, right? So when people are watching this right now and they're thinking, okay, well, how can I possibly do that? You know, maybe they have a list. Maybe they pay for a bunch of ads. Maybe they have a huge budget. Maybe, you know, maybe they're not scared of anything. People have this massive fear of rejection, right? How do people get over that kind of thing? And can they even get over it?
You know, it's definitely an evolution that you've got to, you have to do personal development on a daily basis. It's not something that you can wave a magic wand and all of a sudden, you know, everything's all good. You know, wave the magic wand. It doesn't work that way. So the core of moving to the next level truly is self-love. You have to love yourself enough to feel worthy and deserving, and you can't be scared to share your journey. So in our particular industry, guys, just so you know, you learn something on your very first day, and then you implement it for a couple of days to get some little tiny success story. It doesn't have to be huge. You may have learned how to generate 10 leads, okay? But the place where people go wrong is they don't put any value on that. So instead of just, they learned a skill, they generated 10 leads, and now they're going to share what they did to generate the 10 leads. And that's when the leadership comes in, because that's the third bridge. You have to learn, implement, and share all at the same time, and they don't have to be big, huge success stories. So where people really fall short is their ego. So their ego doesn't put any value on what they just learned. So their ego thinks it has to be like from 0 to 250,000 or some massive amount of success story, but it's not true. It's the little tiny success stories that bring your followers. It's the little tiny victories that you have along that way that bring more and more people that start looking to you as the leader. All you literally have to be is one step ahead of everybody else, right? And as you're one more step ahead, you're leading a team to victory.
Yeah, right? Simpler terms could not be said. Implementing is harder than listening, though. That's a fact. We all know that, right? I can attest to that. Okay, so, I mean, for you guys watching, first of all, I hope you're taking notes, because when Daren Little and Ari Makabe speak about this kind of stuff, man, it's like the world shakes or something. You're saying so much truth when you say stuff, and it's so obvious because there's thousands of people that use your strategies and win constantly. You probably can't even keep up with all the success stories you have, right? So, okay, let's say this. If you had one piece of advice for someone who's watching this, maybe they've been working in network marketing or direct sales and they're struggling, or maybe they just have no idea what we're talking about and they want to live the life of freedom. They can see us here at the beach working right now, right? Maybe they're sitting in an office job and they're hating it. If they don't know how to get started, or they are getting started and they're struggling, what's one simple piece of advice for them to sort of move forward and feel confident?
Okay. The thing that I would say to you is stop peering through a window and trying to figure it out, okay? There's mentors that will help fast track you to the top so you don't have any guesswork. And this is the big mistake that people make, and it's their pride and their ego. So their pride and their ego keeps them stuck. So instead of just reaching out to somebody for help, they try and peer through a window. Oh, no, I got this. I got this, Darren. I'll figure this out, right? And it's not the way to go, because you can literally do a quantum leap just by surrendering your pride and your ego, being coachable, showing up, taking notes, and implementing the strategies, right? They're not difficult strategies, guys. I'm telling you that, you know, when I first started, I didn't have any tech skills at all, 0 tech skills. I'd never used a computer before, ever. I still type like this with 2 fingers as a chicken pecker typer. So, you know, the true thing that you have to get good at, quite frankly, is people. People are your commodity in our industry, and that has nothing to do with tech skills. Nothing at all. You have to get good at understanding people and interacting with people. And anytime you're selling something, just so you know, it's never about what you think you're selling. It's never about your products, your comp plan, your antioxidants. It's never about any of that, okay? It's all about your prospect. And this is where people go dramatically wrong in understanding how our industry is even done in the first place, because they're focusing on making a sale instead of solving a problem, okay? And you can't help a person solve their problem when you don't even know what it is, right? And that comes from building rapport with people, finding things in common, and asking questions and listening. And it's a big problem industry-wide because people think that it's a convincing model, okay? And it's not. That's why the failure rate is so high. It's actually a problem-solving business model. Big shift.
Noted, sir. Okay, one last question before we let you run and get back to your content building here, gentlemen. What's next for the MLM superhero?
Wow. Well, Ari and I have had this vision to really bring what I consider to be the basic skills that nobody's teaching in this industry. And it's almost like, if you're going to be an electrician, you got to get your electrician's ticket. Or if you're going to be a plumber, you got to get your plumber's ticket. We believe that there's information that's not being shared and that people are actually being set up for failure when they join an MLM company. It's absolutely true. So people are actually being guided down a path of failure, right? Making lists of your friends and family and harassing them, and it's just terrible. And we want to change that. We want to truly blaze a trail in this industry and give people the tools that they truly need so that they can walk away from their jobs in 90 days or less. And we have tons of students, guys, that have already done that. 90 days or less, they've been able to walk away from their full-time job. So be coachable.
Be coachable. Yeah, I would agree with that. Be coachable. Be coachable for sure. It's something we all struggle with, guys, okay? Not everybody can be coachable day one. If you're feeling like you're struggling, you're not getting it, just keep pushing and keep learning, right? All you can do is show up and keep learning and try your best, right? Eventually you will get there if you're listening and you're coachable to these gentlemen who know the ropes, and right, they have tons of success stories. You have to listen and do what they say, not think you know what you're doing like I do sometimes. Okay. All right, Daren. Well, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Absolutely.
It's been amazing to have you here on Buckeye Island. We've had great times. I'm learning a ton. And yeah, it's just awesome, guys. I love it so much.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll chat soon.
Oh, you guys hurry up.